1970s New York. A classic story featuring several gangs, gang wars, old school beat 'em up style of gameplay, and developed by Rockstar Games. What else do you want from a video game? In this video, we are taking a look at The Warriors, a title that was originally released way back in 2005 on the PS2 and the original Xbox, and was ported onto the PSP in 2007. This video is primarily focused on the PSP version of this title but covers the game as a whole as well. So let's get into it. So The Warriors is an action-adventure beat-em-up game with a heavy focus on melee combat, specifically brawling. And interestingly, this title is actually based on a 1979 movie of the same name, The Warriors. And several cast members from the movie return to voice their characters in the game, which is really cool. The game is set in 1970s New York and follows the story of a gang named the Warriors, who are framed for the murder of a respected gang leader and must return to their home turf in Coney Island while being hunted by rival gangs and the police. The game actually expands on the movie's plot, with the first half covering events that took place 3 months before the events of the movie, hence adding a lot of depth to an already interesting storyline and giving a decent amount of backstory to all the characters. The story is actually a really good one. It starts 3 months before the events of the movie, like I said in the beginning, and it starts with the Warriors gaining some serious traction as they keep destroying gang after gang, such as the Destroyers and the Orphans and the Jones Street Boys, and also a group of corrupt NYPD officers. Then the story of the game eventually catches up to the events of the movie, and the Warriors are invited to attend a meeting in New York City called by one of the most powerful gangs in the city called the Riffs. And their leader Cyrus is actually murdered there, and the Warriors are framed for the murder. So now the Warriors have to escape and get back to their home turf in Coney Island, all the while being hunted by various gangs as well as the cops. And this journey back to Coney Island is not an easy one. All the gangs in the city are after you, as the Riffs have called a hit on you, and then you also have to deal with the cops. So yeah, the story is fantastic. Now let's just jump into the gameplay. The gameplay revolves around large-scale brawling in 3D environments, along with other activities such as chase sequences and the ability to use spray paint to mark turf or insult people. Combat involves pressing the face buttons to initiate attacks by the on-screen character. 2 to 3 types of combos can be used, and you've got wall smash, grab and throws, charges, body cross attacks, snap attacks, weapon attacks such as bricks and bottles and whatnot, and then you've got counter attacks present as well. Then you've also got items that you can steal on every level, such as car radios and jewelry. Then you've got all sorts of gangster stuff present in this game, such as robbing people, spraying graffiti to mark your turf and insult people like I said earlier. And then you've also got this street drug called the Flash present in this title, and you can replenish your health using this drug. The game features multiple playable characters, including all the members of the Warriors gang, such as Cleon the leader, Swan, Ajax, Snow, Vermin, Cowboy, Fox, Cochise, and Rembrandt. But the main characters are Cleon, Swan, Ajax, and Rembrandt, and yeah, most of the times you're gonna be controlling one of these. And all these gang members, they are pretty unique actually, and they all have their own unique fighting styles. On missions, you are going to be controlling only one character, but you are going to be accompanied by AI controlled gang members, and they are going to be really helpful. Most missions involve the Warriors attacking a rival gang's territory. The Warriors' headquarters serves as a hub. From inside, you can train your characters to improve their stats, and you can talk to your fellow gang members, and then you can walk outside to Coney Island for extra missions, or begin the next level of the story itself. Then you can also choose to help other people in Coney Island, and in return for that you're gonna be earning some really cool abilities, such as defeating policemen to receive cuffs to subdue and arrest anybody, and then cuff keys that will allow you to free warriors with keys instead of breaking cuffs. And then you can also earn stuff such as increased flash capacity and get your hands on brass knuckles and steel-toed boots to inflict more damage to the enemies. So yeah, the gameplay is just fantastic and you've got so much stuff to do. And then you've also got the rumble mode. The rumble mode is like an arcade fighting mode. You choose a gang to play as and you choose a gang to play against, and then you choose an arena, and then you can go in and fight one on one, or you can have AI support with you in a fight that features 3 versus 3, or a big fight featuring 6 versus 6, which is like crazy. Then within the rumble mode you've also got options to play survival, where you take on endless hordes of enemies, or have mercy, which is like capture the flag. Then you also got battle royal, wheels of steel, king of the hill, and then there is this one mode where you have to paint graffiti called burner battles. So yeah, there is a ton of variety in the rumble mode and it's really fun. This game features a huge variety of gangs, and this game mode, Rumble mode, it gives you the opportunity to, play as other gangs other than the Warriors, which is really cool. And all these gangs have really unique personalities, and yeah, they are really distinct and different from each other. So you've got crazy gangs such as Baseball Furies, and the Orphans, and the Destroyers, the Rifts, and this all-female gang called the Lizzies you're gonna encounter in the story. So yeah, there is a ton of stuff here, and all of this is like really crazy fun and really enjoyable. Then after the rumble mode with so many options, you've also got an arcade game called the Armies of Night, which is unlocked after you complete the main story, in which you can play as Ajax or Swan. And then you also have a Fury mode in which you can play as the gang Baseball Furies. And then the voice acting is top notch and the sound design is fantastic. The music and stuff, everything is like really cool. And the controls are really simple and easy to get into. The graphics and visuals, they are obviously dated since this title is old, but the gameplay and the story more than makes up for it. The story is just fantastic and is a really entertaining one. It also has a romantic angle involving Swan, who is a major character. And then the primary antagonist, Luther, who is the head of a gang called the Rogues, is also really menacing. And then, yeah, the battles, the encounters, everything that you're gonna come across in this title is really entertaining and totally worth checking out. The gameplay is just awesome, and the 6v6 gang war option in the Rumble mode is my personal favorite. It is super chaotic and super fun. And this title is so smooth on the PSP. So yeah, if you are into PSP games or PSP emulation, definitely do check this one out. It's totally worth it. And yeah, it's a classic title, really old school and really enjoyable. And yeah, if you are into PSP games, definitely do check out the video I made on another Rockstar title for the PSP, Manhunt 2. And thank you very much for watching. Peace out.